Hello, strangers. Welcome back to another exciting recap. Today, we are diving into episode 4 of the When the Stars Gossip. If you haven't caught up with the previous episode yet, don't worry, the links are waiting for you in the description below. Grab some snacks, settle in, and let's blast off into the drama. The episode starts with Gong, who's looking all kind of nervous as he reads through a will. And not just any will. This one's about his adoptive father, an American astronaut who once sacrificed his life to save a colleague in space. Intense, right? As Gong's reflected on this legacy, the will lays down some very clear rules. Stick to your work, and for the love of stars, don't cause trouble. Sounds simple, but you and I both know Gong doesn't do simple. And right on cue, the emergency alarm starts blaring. It turns out Eve's oxygen levels have dropped dangerously low. Like on the brink of death low, Gong rushes to the mirror and sees her struggling outside. Eve, over the tough cookie, tries to brush it off with a casual "I'm fine," but Gong, he's not buying it. "You're lying," he shouts. Noticing her eyes closing repeatedly, Gong is in full hero mode now, insisting, "I'm coming out to help you." Eve, however, isn't having it. No. She says, "No, stay inside." She warns, but does Gong ever listen? No. He spots a panel with a hook Eve needs, but sees that she can't reach it. Back in the control room, the team is freaking out because Gong has gone full space cowboy. He's opened the hatch and stepped into the void. "What are you doing?" they yell. "You could both die," but Gong doesn't back down. "I'm not going back until I give her that hook," he shouts. "Someone cue that dramatic music." Finally, Jung steps in and guides Gong towards the hook. Even then, Gong struggles to see it and in a desperate move takes a little leap of faith into space. Inside, the crew collectively gasp as Gong miraculously grabs the hook. Dorley sums it up perfectly. This crazy man actually did it. Gong hands the hook to Eve, who advises him, "When you get back inside, put on an oxygen mask immediately." Gong nods like a kid, scolded but stays firm. "You first." When Eve's safely inside, Gong is also brought back into a cabin. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Gong's friend is losing his mind trying to reach him. He stares at the sky, shouting, "Are you dead?" Now let's talk about Chairman. This guy's up to his neck in experiments and drama. He's discussing the fertilized embryos with a doctor who's cautiously optimistic that their space experiment might have succeeded. Meanwhile, Leeman is confronted Manjion, accusing her of hiding the key to the freezer. "I told Gong to unlock it and now he's gone," he says. But before their argument escalates, Chairman walks in and forces Leeman to hide. Chairman's conversation with Manjin, it's a mix of drama and arrogance. He dreams about raising his grandson and grooming him to take over the family legacy, but Manjin isn't buying it. "You can't control my child's life. You did everything else," she snaps. "You sent my husband to his death." Chairman, offended and defensive, claims innocence, brushing off her accusations with a smug, "One day you will thank me." And you know who this chairman is? He is the father of Sui. And who is Sui? Sui is the fiancé of Gong. Meanwhile, Gong's mom catches wind of Sui Un's big engagement announcement. She's over the moon, thrilled, because Chu Un make a big announcement on the television that she's missing Gong and she is engaged to him too. When Gong's mother sees it, she's losing it. But back at the station, Eve is far from happy. She confronts Gong, furious about his reckless behavior. She slaps him. Yep, a full-on slap, and says, "You are just a tourist. You shouldn't have risked both her lives." Gong, still trying to justify himself, fires back, "I saved you. I deserve a thank you." Even Eve is unimpressed, wants him to stay out of her sight and not touch anything. The tension between them is palpable. Later, Gong reflects on his action, clearly troubled, while Eve sits alone, replaying the incident in her mind. Shanjan offers Gong a glimmer of hope by informing him that 6 embryos have been successfully fertilized. Gong clings to this small victory, determined to keep doing it despite everything. This episode ends with both Gong and Eve deep in thoughts, their emotions in whirlwind of guilt, frustration, and unresolved tension. The stakes have never been higher, and the teaser for the next episode promises even more drama, revelations, and jaw-dropping moments. And that's it for episode 4. What did you think about Gong's daring spacewalk and Eve's fiery reaction? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this recap, hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode. Until then, keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. unless you are GongRyong. Bye bye.